Welcome back to I'm So Beastly Trivia. Let's get adjusted. All right. I am your host, Mr. Richard. This is episode 18 on ancient civilizations. Kind of. We are going to go as far as the 1800s, up to the 1800s. Check that, pre-1800s and before. So yes, we are not specifically going to be ancient civilizations, but it will be majority there. We'll see what happens when we ask the questions. Anywho, if you are here for the first time, then welcome. If you are back, then welcome back. Now, if you are here for the first time, there's no telling how many questions we have until we spin the wheel of 8, 13, and 21. 5 is not enough. 34 is far too many. So that's how we settled on those numbers. They are, in fact, part of the Fibonacci sequence. So that is that. We also spin a wheel to determine how many points each question will be worth. If you get it right, that's how many points you will gain. And if you get it wrong, that's how many points you will lose. Yes, this is the trivia game with consequences. And just to reiterate, yes, you can have negative points. So, without further ado, let's see how many questions we will have. Okay, short round. We're going to have 8 questions. But you know what? I'm feeling jazzy. Oh, and we hit a home run. We are going to have 21 questions tonight. Good fun. Good show. Jolly good show. All right. Question 1 is going to be worth. It's always so exciting seeing how many points each question will be worth. All right, question 1 is going to be worth 3 points. Not what we're after, but hey, you got to start somewhere. It is what it is. All right. Question 1 for 3 points. All right, some of these will be difficult, some of these will be super easy. We're going to start off with an easy question. All right. Question 1, what writing system used wedge-shaped marks on clay tablets? I'm not even going to give you any hints for this one, but I will repeat the question. What writing system used wedge-shaped marks on clay tablets? We've mentioned this on multiple episodes, not necessarily direct questions, but definitely mentioned it on direct episodes. And since it is a simpler one, we are going to get right into it. Question 1, 3 points. What writing system used wedge-shaped marks on clay tablets? That would be cuneiform, or cuneiform, or suniform, or cuneiform. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's one of those. But anyway, it is the Sumerian writing system of cuneiform, and that's how we're going to say it. All right, question 2. Shuffle those baddies up. Oh. Okay, 2 is worth 13 points. All righty, question 2 for 13 points. This is a fun one. This is a very fun one. We're just adjusting the camera. It's delicate. It's delicate here. We have it propped up with an eraser. Epic. Anyway, question 2 for 13 points. What famous structure was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world and stood in Babylon? All right, what famous structure was one of the seven wonders of the ancient world and stood in Babylon? This is one thing that I absolutely wish I had a chance to see back in a past life, and perhaps I did see it in a past life, but in this present life, oh man, it would be a glorious sight to behold. To behold or not to behold. Yes, that is Shakespeare. Shakespeare. I got a spear and I'm shaking it. All right. Okay, question 2 for 13 points. What famous structure was one of the seven wonders of the ancient world and stood in Babylon? That would be the Hanging Gardens. The Hanging Gardens. I have seen artistic depictions of them, and they are absolutely glorious. Granted, of course, these depictions are going to skyrocket the beauty, but hey, I can just imagine. I've seen standing gardens, and those are beautiful, so I can only imagine what a hanging garden would be like. Looking at beauty above me, epic. Oh, so epic. Let's shuffle those bad boys up. Question 3 is going to be worth not too shabby, 34 points. 34 points. Epic, epic. All right. Yes, yes. All right. Question 3. Question 3. What ancient Greek city-state was known for military discipline? What ancient Greek city-state was known for military discipline? All right. This is quite fab because they made a movie out of it. The movie's numerical, in case you didn't know. The movie is numerical, and it's about this place. And this is blank is a famous line from the movie, right? It's pretty epic. They did a lot of things to it. I honestly, I haven't seen it, but strategically, if you don't know about this place, all right, and yes, I'll give you the name of the movie, 300. Okay, strategically, right, this place was so far advanced, right? Where they were fighting was a small path on a hill, essentially, and they had this massive army coming up. And so basically, what they did was they got all of their men, and they figured hand-to-hand combat in this confined space, we will beat you. So they got and waited on them and pretty much intercepted their the invader as they were coming and fought them hand-to-hand. And boom, 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 the 300 took down the 10,000 or so of the invaders. It's fascinating, right? It shows location. Anyway, yes, of course, this ancient Greek city-state known for their military discipline is Sparta. This is Sparta. I don't need to be too loud, or else my doggos will come in here yapping. Yap away. Anyway, moving on. Question 4. That was 34 points, in case you were wondering. This one is, in fact, less points. Thought it was going to be a big one. It's not. It's 13 points. Okay? 13 points. All right, 13 points. Question 4. All right. What ancient Greek city is considered the birthplace of democracy? What ancient Greek city is considered the birthplace of democracy? This one housed the spa, right? The spa, the philosophical spa. In case you didn't know what that means, SPA, S stands for Socrates, P stands for Plato, and A stands for Aristotle. Fascinating Socratic questioning, the Socratic method. Basically, you ask questions in order to expand the mind and create deeper discussion. It's fascinating. This is also a town in Georgia. The city, let's check that, the state, not the country. Then again, it could also be in the country of Georgia, but I don't know because I have not looked up geography of the country of Georgia. And question 4. Which ancient Greek city is considered the birthplace of democracy? That would be Athens. Athens, Greece is the birthplace of democracy. Yes, Athens, Greece is epic. Ooh, oh. Oh, son of a biscuit. Okay, here we go. Yes. All right, question 5 is going to be worth, let's just shuffle them up and see. Oh, question 5 is only for 1 point. That's so whack. 1 point, 64 in total. Last question was worth 13 points. All right, this question is worth 1 point. Okay, question 5. What empire built an extensive road system across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East? All right, what empire built an extensive road system across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East? Just in case you are not listening live, you should be, of course, because it's way more fun if you play this live. Trivia is meant to be interactive. But if you're not listening live, if you're listening after the fact, if I do make a comment towards someone, they are likely on TikTok, but they could possibly be on YouTube. If you want to listen to this live, we are here every Wednesday at 7 p.m., except, oddly enough, for the next 2 Wednesdays, which I will have to move to Tuesday night at roughly 7 p.m. for various scheduling issues. But that is, adapt and overcome. Anyway, that mid-question PSA, back to the game. Question 5, for 1 point. What empire built an extensive road system across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East? That would be the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire. Roman Reigns, my dog from the 850, back on top, just won Royal Rumble not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. Head of the table is back, and I cannot wait to see him be crowned champ again at WrestleMania. He's going to be reign for another 3+ years and go down as the greatest champion of all time. That's just how it is. All right. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. And if you disagree, you're wrong. I'm just telling you right now. But I love me some Roman Reigns. All right. Roman Reigns is chef's kiss. All right. Anyway, yes, that is exactly what we're going to do one day. Maybe next week or sometime. I don't know. We are definitely going to have a trivia round about wrestling. Most likely the WWE, but just professional wrestling in general. In fact, no, Randy's freaking dope too. It is what it is. I love Randy. Randy's so cool. I once was at a Royal Rumble and Randy was there and he was in, and Bad Bunny lasted longer than him in St. Louis, where Randy's from. It was so stupid. Anyway, I could talk about wrestling for a long time. Used to have a wrestling podcast. It was epic. Anyway, back time So Beastly Trivia. And question 6, spinning the wheel. Here we go. Sidetracked. Yes, that is my game. Question 6 is for 8 points, right? 8 points. Okay. Yes, we are in fact very honest about the points that get called. Okay. Anyway, question 6, 8 points. Okay. What ancient civilization worshipped gods like Ra, Osiris, and Anubis? What ancient civilization worshipped gods like Ra, Osiris, and Anubis? Back in the day, when I was in middle school, they had these shoes called Osiris Dunks. They were sweet. They had like a banana on them or something, and it was like a monkey look. I don't even know. It was cool. It was cool. My friend had them. They were high tops. They were, I think, maybe skateboarding shoes. I don't really know, but they were pretty dope. Yeah. I didn't have a pair. I did want a pair, but yeah, I guess I could go get a pair now because I've got bank, bro. I've got fat dollar stacks. Oh yeah. Anyway, back. Oh, we are jazzed. Why are we jazzed? I don't know. Anyway, question 6. What ancient civilization worshipped gods like Ra, Osiris, and Anubis? That would be the Egyptians, right? Egypt or the Egyptians. Either way, kudos to you. 8 points if you got it correct. -8 points if you got it wrong. Moving on to question 7. We've already shuffled it. We're going to spin it. Here we go. Oh, keep going, big dog, eat, big dog. Yeah, 144. Let's go. 7 for 144. And that's going to be 216 total. Epic. All right. Now, this is dope. Okay, here we go. Please no profanity or you will be kicked. Yes. Okay. All right. Sorry. Got to kick you. Yes. How? I have no clue. Oh, here we go. Blocked. Oh, wait. Cancel. Mute account. Yes, that's where. That's great. All right. This is a safe environment. Anyway, this question. Yes. All right. What famous, question 7, 144. What famous general crossed the Alps with elephants? All right. What famous general crossed the Alps with elephants? Now, I don't know specifics, but I'm pretty sure that a doctor who ate his patients with the same name was some type of show, maybe movie. I don't know. It's in pop culture somewhere. But it is cool. It's really dark and neat. But anyway, what famous general crossed the Alps with elephants? Elefantes. Yes, elephants, cool animals. Very good to, I don't know, pack stuff on. They're stout. They have solid mass. They can carry a lot of things. All right. Anyway, question 7, 144 points. What famous general crossed the Alps with elephants? That would be Hannibal. Hannibal Lecter was what I was thinking of. I don't know the specifics of that, but yes, I agree. With which of you I will not divulge. All right, question 8, 3 points. Okay, question 8, 3 points. Now we're at a total of 219. Epic. Okay. All right, this is a good one. Question 8, 3 points. What civilization created the Code of Hammurabi? What civilization created the Code of Hammurabi? All All right, this code is actually connected to some of the rules we still have today. It's actually quite fascinating. Yes, I am, in fact, the most nonchalant you can ever come across. That is, in fact, factual. Yeah, 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 facts, all facts. All we do is spit facts. Spitting facts all day long. All right, think back to a previous question. It is connected to this one. It's also potentially connected to Justin Bieber, depending on how you pronounce it. All right, I believe that is enough. Question 8. What civilization created the Code of Hammurabi? That would be the Babylonians, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Babylonians. Connected to Justin Bieber, if you pronounce it as Babylonians. Baby, 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 holy. Yeah. Anyway, that was a terrible dad joke, but hey, there are no terrible dad jokes. Anyway, shuffling them up, going on to question 9. Oh, 1 point. Ugh, these 1-pointers are so lame. Whatever. Anyway, 1-point question. The previous question was 3 points. Question 9 is worth 1 point. All right. What ancient civilization is associated with the city of Carthage? What ancient civilization is associated with the city of Carthage? Every time I see this, I think of carnage, like you're just wrecking someone. They got pwned. You're just pwning them. They got wrecked. Yeah, if I gave you a call, would you pick up? That's a hint, by the way. Question 9. What ancient civilization is associated with the city of Carthage? That would be the Phoenicians. Phoenicians. If I gave you a call, would you pick up? Call you on your telephonician. Okay, question 10. Question 10 is worth, wow, a measly Ron Weasley triple. 3 points for question 10. Oh, goodness me, goodness me. All right. Okay, 1 point. You know what? Check that. 3 points for question 10. I'll make it 3-point difficulty. What ancient culture is famous for its gladiator games? What ancient culture is famous for its gladiator games? By the way, the movie Gladiator is an absolutely epic film. Russell Crowe, don't know his name. I haven't seen Gladiator 2, seen Gladiator 1, the original. Epic. He's just dicing him up with his sword. As the gladiator, obviously, he was a family man turned prisoner, and then he fought in the Colosseum. Yes, this should give it away if you didn't already know. And then he just becomes this epic champion of the people, and they love him, and they want him to win, and it is absolutely glorious. And he's just an absolute savage, and he leaves a path of carnage in his wake. Anyway, question 10, 3 points. What ancient culture is famous for its gladiator games? That would be the Romans or Rome. Either way, I will take that. If you got it wrong, take away 3 points. Yes, you can go into the negatives. We must reiterate that since some people don't play the proper way. However, I am just your quiz master. How you play is totally up to you. I'm giving you the skeleton, and you turn it into a full-fledged Frankenstein's monster. Okay, enough of the weird references. Moving on. Question 11. Oh, oh, oh. Stop, stop, stop. Yes, let's rock it. Pop it. Camp Rock. What a great reference. Everybody should know about Camp Rock. 144 points for question 11. That brings us to 3. That brings us to 368 minus 1. Anyway, moving on. All right, for 144 points, question 11. What civilization developed along the Yellow River in China? This is real. This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And now I'm going to let the light shine on me. And now I've found who I am. There's no way to hold it in. No more pretending who I want to be. This is me. Anyway, question question 11. What civilization developed along the Yellow River in China? For 144 points. Oh man, epic. That was so epic. It's great. It's a great film. I love it. I want to rock. Rock. Yes, in fact, it is in China. China's also in the question. So what direct civilization developed along the Yellow River in China? That would be the Shang Dynasty. The Shang Dynasty. Okay, I would say that a lot of you probably got it incorrect, so subtract 144. If you didn't get it incorrect, good on you. You know, progress, only looking forward, no looking back. Can't look back. Can't stop, won't stop. Never back down. FR. Question 12. For 2 points. Okay. For 200 points. 369. Okay. The secret to the universe. Look it up. Anyway, question 12. What ancient structure in Britain is aligned with the solstices? What ancient structure in Britain is aligned with the solstices? That is question 12 for 2 points. All right. Britain has a lot of history. I watched this show called The Last Kingdom, and The Last Kingdom is absolutely fabulous. Right? It's literally about this guy, the last kingdom. Well, it's about these kingdoms in Britain. It talks about the Danes. It talks about the Anglo-Saxons, basically the English, pretty much who we are now, the language we speak. Right. So it talks about them, the Danes from Denmark, basically the Vikings. They were all called Danes. And this guy named Uhtred, he essentially works for both sides in a positive way, not in like a double agent crossing everybody way, but he like helps out everybody. Yeah, my dog was dope. My dog Uhtred was dope. But anyway, question 12 for 2 points. What ancient structure in Britain is aligned with the solstices? That would in fact be Stonehenge. No, the one that leans is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Pisa in, I believe, Italy. Now, question 13. Shuffle up the points. Oh, keep it running. All right, 8 points. Question 13. 8 points. All right. Total of 377. All right. Oh, here we go. Here we go. One more time. Everybody's feeling right. Here we go now. Oh. Okay, question 13, 8 points. What ancient Greek philosopher taught Alexander the Great? What ancient Greek philosopher taught Alexander the Great? I used to babysit a kid named Alexander. Yes, anyway, Alexander the Great, he did a lot of things, mostly militant, but Alexander the Great was taught by none other than Aristotle. Right, he was taught by Aristotle, who was taught by Plato, who was taught by Socrates, who, basically answered questions with questions and was a super dope dude who made a lot of contributions to the philosophical world. Now, question 14, coming in hot. Question 14, just going through the riptide. Oh, cheers, bruv. 8 points once more. Okay. 385 total, not 885, you dork. 385 total. For question 14, we are at. Here we are. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. This is a good one because everybody should know this. It should not be a difficult question. It is a very, very important question as far as the advances in civilization go. So we will ask it. 8 points. Question 14. What civilization invented paper and gunpowder? Two very necessary tools for two very different reasons. What civilization invented paper and gunpowder? Essentially, this is the civilization that invented mostly everything. Yes, others invented some things, but almost everything can be traced back to this civilization. And it's pretty dope. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. I really go for some of their food right now. That'd be pretty epic. Question 14, 8 points. What civilization invented paper and gunpowder? That would be ancient China, the ancient Chinese, or China. I would have accepted either of those. Right? 8 points. Got it correct. Add to the tally. Get it incorrect. Boom, take it away. Either way, move on to question 15. Okay, not bad. 34 points. All right, we're going to be 15, 19, 419 total, 419 total through 15 questions. So for 34 points. What ancient civilization used the calendar known as the long count? What ancient civilization used the calendar known as the long count? I will give a small hint. This is also the calendar that predicted the end of the world. Yes, the end of the world. That never happened. They predicted 2012, and 2012 was not quite what they thought it would be. But in fact, it did. Yes. Yes, yes, indeed. Yes. Anyway, sorry for the nonsense. Question 15. What ancient civilization used the calendar known as the long count? That would be the Mayan civilization or ancient Maya or the Mayans. Either way, no matter how you frame it, they did it. They, in fact, did it. It took them a long time to count the calendar. Oh, keep it going. Keep rocking. Keep rocking. Okay, not too bad. All right, we have another 34 points for question 16. All right, that will bring us to 453. Yeah, 453, Faye. And Esmond just got muted. Yay, good for you, Big Chief. Keep it classy, people. Keep it classy. But welcome to the show, my dog. All right. Question 16 for 34 points. What civilization is associated with the city of Persepolis? All right. What civilization is associated with the city of Persepolis? Man, I'm so stacked. I'm so muscular. I'm just flexing on them all. I got so much mass. So much mass. I'm so strong. I'm the strongest. I got so much aura. I don't even know if there's any aura left for anybody. Oh man, I just suck up all the aura in my vicinity. Miles and miles around. Just like these people did at the time. Right. Question 16 for 34 points. What civilization is associated with the city of Persepolis? That would be the Persian Empire. Persia, ancient Persia. Yes, Persia. Interesting place. I believe Persia, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I am, is modern day Afghanistan. Somewhere around there. I might be slightly mistaken, but question 17 is in fact worth 13 points. And so we are rocking at 466 total. Okay, question 17. What ancient civilization built Angkor Wat? Question 17, 13 points. What ancient civilization built Angkor Wat? Got muted. Whoever that was. Sorry, keep it classy, folks. Once again, I will ban you. All right, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Angkor Wat is in Cambodia. That is not what I'm looking for specifically. All right. But question 17, 13 points. What ancient civilization built Angkor Wat? That would be the Khmer Empire. Khmer, Khmer Empire. If you haven't ever seen Angkor Wat, and I have not in person, I've seen pictures, it is incredible. Incredible. Mr. Incredible. By the way, I believe the live action Incredibles is coming out soon. Pretty stoked on it. Someone said the old man, the sheriff from Stranger Things, should play Mr. Incredible. I could see it. 1 point for question 18. Unfortunate. That would bring us to a total of 468 minus 1. Question 18. Okay, we asked about the hanging gardens, so we're going to ask about the floating gardens. Question 18. What civilization used chinampas or floating gardens for farming? All right, what civilization used chinampas or floating gardens for farming? High key tough, Big Chief. High key tough. Also, by the by, your name is the name of the wrestling school, wrestling facility that I had in one of the books I wrote. So, kudos to you. Run by the incomparable Red Eyes Fisher. Epic. Anyway, like I said, I love wrestling. Love it so much. I did it. Love it so much. I write about it. Love it so much. I talk about it. Love it so much. I dream about it. But I digress. We must return. Question 18. 1 point. What civilization used chinampas or floating gardens for farming? That would be the Aztec Empire or the Aztecs. Right? Aztec. Pretty cool. I mean, hanging gardens, floating gardens, I think both would be absolutely awesome. Medieval probably would be, I don't know, I'm partial to Scotland. I'm partial to the Scots. Question 19. Oh, yeah, that's what we need to do. Question 19. Oh, my goodness. Again, 1 point. 1 point. All right, for 1 point. Question 19. All right, what ancient civilization used runes as a writing system? What ancient civilization used runes as a writing system? Oh, my dog. Yes, it's worth 1 point. What it do, baby? Oh. Yeah. Welcome to the show, fam. Legit fam. What it do? All right, yeah, 1 point. If you know me, I talk about this all the time. In a sense, it's connected. Runes, RuneScape. I love playing RuneScape. I was playing some RuneScape before I hopped on this bad boy. One of the reasons why I was late, I was killing some cows, trying to get my range up to 40, hitting those baddies with some bronze arrows. But yeah, we don't write with runes. We cast spells with runes. We do our magic. We teleport with wall runes. Right, we cast bolt spells with chaos runes. You know, all that jazz. You know, we're doing our thing. RuneScape, dope, fresh. Got an episode about RuneScape on here. Go check it out. It's on Spotify and the YouTube. Right. Anyway, moving on. Sorry about the detour. What ancient civilization used runes as a writing system? That would be the Norse. The Norse. Fun fact about the Norse. I was in Norway and got a Viking ship tattooed on my leg. I said, yo, lady tattoo artist, Give me something good that connects to Norway. And she said, I got you, fam, but in a less super American accent. She said, and she gave me a Viking ship on my leg. Moving on to the next question. Yes, of course, we do not have proper transitions. We just rip it. And we are on to question 20. Oh, keep going, Chief. Oh, yeah, Chief. Let's go, Chief. 20. Question 20, Chief, for 144. 144, Chief. We're going to rip it at, let's see, 500. 500. And plus this be 600, 612. 612 total. Ripping, excellent. 612 total. 144, question 20. Oh, this is a fun one. All right. What civilization used longhouses and confederacies in North America? All right. What civilization used longhouses and confederacies in North America? Not to be mistaken with long boats, but in fact, long houses. I misread this, and I will say I thought it was a nation from the Middle East, modern day Middle East. But in fact, it is in North America. It is a specific civilization. And I will give you a hint even. It starts with an I. It starts with an I, and I thought that it was something different, but it's not. It is what it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I used to play Pop Warner, and I will give you a bigger hint. My conference was the Timucuan Conference. That was a tribe in Central Florida. This is, in fact, a different tribe that starts with an I. And the civilization that used longhouses and confederacies in North America would be the Iroquois. I don't know, but I can guarantee you that whatever I am teaching, I will be making an impact on the lives of those around me. Anyway, that was 144 points. That was a big fact, big dog point. 144 points. That was 144 points. Like I said, if you got it right, add it. If you got it wrong, subtract it. This is the trivia game with consequences. And we have come to the final question. Question 21. You know what? No, we won't do that tonight. We're not going to do that tonight. No telling. 55 points for our last question. 55 points. All right. The total for tonight is a possible 667 points. Please do not get sucked into the brainwashing that is. Anyway, moving on. Question 21, 55 points. Let's see. Ooh. We can make this a hard one. We can make this an easy one. Okay, we'll make it a so-so. All right, 55 points. Last question. What ancient civilization believed in the mandate of heaven? What ancient civilization believed in the mandate of heaven? Could be many, could be none, but I know that we've had some fun tonight. Oh, oh, yeah. I think that might be enough. That might be enough because I am ready to go watch Star Wars Episode 1 because I have heard from multiple sources that George Lucas channeled the information and it is more fact than fiction. And we are going to find out for ourselves. We're going to go rock Episode 1 right after this episode. Yeah. Okay, so question 21, 55 points. What ancient civilization believed in the mandate of heaven? That would be the Zhou dynasty. The Zhou dynasty. Zhou dynasty. Preach. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for playing live or for playing after the fact. Thank you for joining I'm So Beastly Trivia. I am your host, Mr. Richard. I am so beastly. You are so beastly. We are so beastly. Tally up your points. I'll find out some way to make it more interactive point-wise live. I don't know how to. I'm not a tech wizard, but we do have fun. If you enjoyed this and want to support, if you're on Spotify only, there's a link below that you can support this, right? Otherwise, like, subscribe, follow, all that jazz, or don't. That is totally up to you. If you enjoy my vibe and want to get some deeper look into my mind, my 2 books will be listed below. If you are on Spotify, the links will be below. If you are not on Spotify, the titles will be below. And you can do with it what you please. All right. Advisory, be aware that could be some content that might not be suitable for younger viewers, younger readers. But that is up to the parentals of the youngsters. Anyway, we have had a great time, and it has been just that, our time. And so I bid thee adieu until episode 19, which will more than likely be about wrestling professionally, of course. But until then, ta-ta, kittens.